Now I went to the store and I found a tannish color, and it kind of blends in with the tiles, and that's what I'm going to end up using. I looked on the old caulking that was down there. It's about that color. Now, do you need a colored caulking like that when you've got a tannish type of flooring? No. Lots of times I've seen people just use white down there because it's a white toilet. As long as you get the line nice and straight, it'll be fine, whatever you decide to do. A tannish color like this, white, almond, a little bit darker than this, anything that will kind of blend in. That's what you want. This is an interior premium caulking. It's a sealant for outdoors and indoors, actually. And I think this is going to work just fine. If you ever have any questions, ask your friendly salesman at your hardware store. Now, the key with any caulking type job, you want to cut your tip kind of small, and don't put big globs on there and then try wiping it off, because I don't want to get it all over the tile, and because then I'm going to have a slight little mess on my hands. If you got any questions, go small first and wipe on a little bit and test it out a little before caulking the whole bottom edge of the toilet, so that you get a happy medium on how you want it before you go for it. The key is, what you want is a nice even bead all the way around, especially when you're going down on a tile floor or something like that, because that's what you're going to see. You don't want it to come out too far, especially if it's a different color. Then you see a big, huge caulking line down there that's kind of jagged and doesn't look nice and clean. You want it to look like a professional. Do a good job now. Got a nice bead all the way around, and you'd be surprised how small of a bead kind of fills in the opening underneath that toilet. You want to, if you got any gaps underneath the toilet, in between the toilet, if your floor is not perfectly level, like this floor, it's kind of uneven because it's got these tiles down there and grout lines and stuff. Try cramming a little bit of the caulking underneath before you keep continuing the line. But just be careful, and know that if you get it too wide, get your finger wet, get a sponge, wet washcloth or a wet sponge, damp sponge, whatever, and keep wiping it on with your finger, and then wipe it off on a sponge, get your finger wet, and then you can wipe up any excess that gets on the tiles. Okay, do a good job. Now that we have this repair done on this toilet, I would recommend not using this toilet until the caulking dries. You know, maybe a couple days if you can. If you got a couple toilets in your house, in your apartment, your condo, wherever, try to stay off this one until this caulking gets dry. Okay? That will help ensure that this toilet, the toilet bolt over there, is not going to get loose in the near future. If you don't have a choice, go ahead and use it, cross your fingers. But if that toilet starts rocking again, it's going to be because the caulking didn't dry and cure properly, and the nut and the bolt got loose again. Okay? But I think you go through these steps again and try it again, and you'll get it.